On April 15, 1912, the Titanic sank and claimed the lives of more than 1,500 people. For the 107th anniversary of one of the worst maritime disasters in history, 24/7 Wall Street identified the amazing facts about the famous ship. The Titanic lies 12,600 feet underwater. The ruins of the Titanic lie nearly 2.5 miles beneath the surface of the ocean, approximately 370 miles off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. The ship broke in two, and the gap between the bow and the stern is about 2,000 feet in the seabed. The iceberg that hit the ship may have jutted out 100 feet above water. The iceberg that the Titanic collided with is speculated to have been anywhere from 50 to 100 feet above water. The entire iceberg is believed to have been between 200 and 400 feet long. Over half the people on board could have survived if all of the space available on the lifeboats was used. The first lifeboat was released an hour after the iceberg struck. It may seem like common sense for a ship to immediately release safety lifeboats upon hull breach. The Titanic, however, did not release its first lifeboat until an entire hour elapsed. The ship carried 2,223 passengers and crew. Of the 2,223 people aboard the Titanic, 1,517 did not survive the collision with the iceberg. The ship was not even at full capacity. It could hold more than 3,500 people. The ship burned an estimated 825 tons of coal per day. The Titanic was far from a light craft, weighing some 46,000 tons. This behemoth of a vessel burned a reported 825 tons of coal per day in 159 furnaces that heated 29 boilers. Less than a third of all people aboard the ship survived. Only 705 of the 2,223 passengers and crew members made it back home. Some 61% of the passengers who survived were first-class guests. Less than 25% of third-class passengers survived. The Titanic was able to carry 64 lifeboats but only carried 20. Many of the lifeboats that were launched from the Titanic did not pack as many patrons as they could have held. The temperature of the seawater was below freezing when the ship sank. According to measurements taken by Captain Stanley Lord of the SS Californian, a ship that was near the Titanic when it sank, water temperatures were as cold as 28 degrees Fahrenheit. The human body can survive up to 45 minutes in freezing water. Check the description for more information and exciting offers. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. The iceberg made a 300-foot gash in the hull of the boat. Titanic Captain Edward Smith believed the ship had grazed over the top of the iceberg, but he was in for a rude awakening when the crew assessed the site of the strike. 5 compartments had already flooded with water, and the bow was already beginning to submerge. The iceberg was first spotted at 11:30 p.m. on April 14. A lookout spotted the iceberg and frantically rang the warning bell. The ship was hastily turned at a sharp angle to avoid hitting it, but it was too late. Only 28 people boarded the first lifeboat, but it had the space to carry 65 people. It was one of only 20 lifeboats, though Titanic had the capacity to carry 64. The Titanic took 2 hours and 40 minutes to sink. In its first report of the tragedy, the New York Times ran a headline that said the Titanic sank 4 hours after hitting the iceberg. Little did the public know that the ship sank at a much faster pace. The youngest passenger on the Titanic was 2 months old. Milvina Dean was the youngest passenger aboard the ship and the longest living survivor. She died at the age of 97 in 2009. 3 dogs were rescued from the ship. There were 9 dogs aboard the ship, but only 2 survived, 2 Pomeranian and a Pekingese. Only a few hundred bodies were recovered after the crash. Rescue ships recovered only 306 bodies from the icy water. Many of the deceased were taken to Halifax. The ship slipped beneath the ocean's surface at 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912. Check the description for more information and exciting offers. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel. If you have any suggestions, then kindly leave a comment in comment section. Thanks for watching. Visit us again.